everybody, thanks so much for coming back to my channel. Welcome to the new video. Today we are going to be talking about the Fourth Wing series. And you guys, this book series is taking the world by storm. This is the Fourth Wing series by Rebecca Yarros. I think the series is actually called The Empyrean, but it is popularly known as Fourth Wing. And this book, you guys, has been going crazy in the world of social media. I've seen people talking about it everywhere. There's rave reviews. Goodreads gives it crazy ratings. Like, you can see reviews for it everywhere. People are talking about it. People are loving it. People are eating it up. So today we are going to go over my review for the series and if I think it lives up to the hype. So where we're gonna start off. Fourth Wing is the first book in the series, and the second book is Iron Flame. And there is supposed to be a third book coming out in January. So if you guys haven't read this yet, now is your chance to get on the bandwagon before the third book comes out, because I mean, if you haven't read this, do you live under a rock? I don't know. When I tell you guys that when I picked up this book, I really don't know what I was expecting, because whenever I am getting ready to read a book, I don't like to see a bunch of reviews about a book because I don't want my opinion to be swayed. I don't want spoilers. I want to read a book and experience it for the first time, like true to myself, my own emotions, my own feelings and everything. So I didn't know what I was expecting. I just came off the high of finishing the Sarah J. Maas universe. And I was like, okay, what am I gonna get into now? And I took a little break from fantasy. I read a dark romance book, and then I was like, okay, let me jump back into the fantasy world. I miss it and I need her back in my life. Okay, so let's go over a quick recap of what's gonna be happening in the Fourth Wing series, or a little synopsis, if you will. This story follows the main character, Violet Sorrengail, who we love. She goes through a crazy character development arc, but she is entering into the cutthroat world of Basgiath War College, where literally only 25% of the students survive, which is insane. Like, could you imagine going to school and you're like, all right, only 25% of us are making it out of here? Like, that's crazy. So anyways, the stakes are high, and like I said before, Violet started out as a weak character. She is much more brains than brawn. And will that be a benefit to her? Will it be a disadvantage to her? You just kind of find out as you read. And by the way, the most exciting thing about this series is dragons. And you guys, I love dragons so much. I've been in my fantasy era over the last year or 2 years. It started with, oh my gosh, you guys are gonna think this is so stupid, but Baldur's Gate. Okay, if any of you book girlies are reading this and you haven't played Baldur's Gate, do yourself a favor and go play and tell me how it feels to fall in love with Asterion and then come back and report. But I love dragons. Like, that's where my fantasy era started. And then as soon as I was done with that, I was like, okay, I need more fantasy. I watched Game of Thrones. Loved it, loved the dragons, and then I had to watch House of the Dragon because duh. But anyways, I'm obsessed. Dragons are my favorite thing ever. Once we make it through the Fourth Wing book, we move to the second book, Iron Flame, and you guys, the stakes just get even higher, and the story's developing. We're understanding the characters, we're understanding the politics, the magic, we're understanding everything so much more, and it just continues to get better, if that was even possible. Where this series ends up, oh my gosh, we are left on such a cliffhanger at the end of book 2. I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen in book 3, you guys. Catch me counting down the days to when book 3 comes out. I will be there. On the release day, you cannot speak to me. I'm gonna be busy until I'm done with that book. And just to start off, let's talk about why this series is so great. The world building in this series was amazing. Rebecca Yarros knows how to build a world, you guys. Basgiath War College, it is amazing. The competition, almost like Hunger Games-esque vibes. They're immaculate, we love it. And then also, let's talk about the main characters. Xaden, he is broody, morally gray. He gives us all of the things we want our main character man to give. He is giving that. The themes that are going on in this book, we're gonna say questioning authority, we're gonna say this is like the epitome of enemies to lovers, and almost like love triangle-y, if you will. Kind of as things progress, it's less so love triangle-y, but that's there in the beginning for sure. And a really big thing in this book is, one, there's tons of action, there's tons of fantasy, there's romance, but it's not just that, it really makes you think too, like on an intellectual level, because you're like, okay, like, how am I gonna put these puzzle pieces together? What's going on? Let's figure out the backstory, and things just start to come together. Let's talk about my favorite moments from these books. The first book, Fourth Wing, my favorite moment is when Violet bonds with her dragon.
I know exactly who and what you are, Violet Sorngale.
A dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without their dragon is dead. Welcome to the Fourth Wing.
Not to give too many like spoilers, but that's the best moment in this book. And let's talk about the favorite moment in Iron Flame. There's a moment in the middle of this book where I'm just like, what? And then the ending of this book is like, what? Okay, so like, this book ends in a cliffhanger. I already said it, but it's like, gosh, it was so good. This book I could not put down. Okay, but honestly, in these books, I was laughing one minute, I was crying the next, I was scared, I was excited, I had fun with these characters. Like, I felt like I was literally in Basgiath War College with them, and I loved the journey that this series took me on. And let's just say, if you haven't read this series yet, let this be your sign to read it. Like, what are you doing with your life if you have not read this yet? It's literally everywhere. I know the hype built up behind this series is like crazy, and whenever there's something like that, it's like, can it really be that good? But you guys, this really is that good. And I highly recommend pick it up. Let me know your thoughts. I want to hear everything you have to say about this book, and let me know who your favorite character is too, because I feel like Violet is just such a good main character. She's my favorite. And honestly, in a lot of fantasy series, like, I feel like the main character just isn't built up in the way that Violet is. I love her character arc. It's just so exciting to me. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you liked this video. Please comment your thoughts below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this series. Like I said, I have no one to talk to about these books, so this is kind of like my one-person book club, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say and what you think, because I need the banter. I need the discussion. I need the conflicting opinions. So please send that my way. Leave comments below. Subscribe if you like this video, because I'm gonna be putting up more just like this. And also in the comments, recommend what I should read next, because now I'm done with the Sarah J. Maas universe, and now I'm done with this. So it's like, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm like hungover from these books, but anyways, thank you guys so much. I will talk to you next time.